Today it's time to revisit your mother. The beautiful people of Harley Benton, they came out with a new version of their DNAfxGit Pro modeling unit. And as I own the DNAfxGit Pro modeling unit, the older version, not the new one, which is called Advanced or some shit, I decided to play around with this old version again, because I was a little bit confused by the specs of the new version, the Advanced, because it comes with one foot switch less, it comes with less amp models than the older version, and also it comes with less ins and outs. For example, no effects loop, no MIDI ins and outs. So why should this be advanced? Anyway, this video is not a comparison of the old and new version. It's rather that I would like to show you again, like I did in past videos with this unit, what my opinion is and what the benefits of this unit are, and also what the downsides are. Because this is a unit which is overlooked very often in my opinion, which is sad because it can sound great, but there are a few downsides. Here's the editor, and currently I'm playing a preset out of my preset pack. So as always, if you would like to get the best high-end tones out of your favorite modeling unit, please consider getting my preset packs for these units. And if you would like to contact me, and Facebook, Instagram, or OnlyFans links are in the description below, and then we can discuss the further proceedings. But yeah, it's a preset which is called FlexGate with an extreme gate setting, and I've made a video where I was introducing my preset pack, so I will not dive into that. It's just a brief overview. I'm using a distortion and an amp model, which is the Plexi, as the name says, stock cap, and you have the tube emulation here in the cap section. The power amp tubes, they making a huge difference. Here the 606s, they sound a little bit more mid-heavy. So works with some amp models, but I decided to use the EO34s to give it a little bit more edge around the 3K. As you can see, it's cutting off the notes here sometimes. So I made another patch which has a little bit of another gate setting, so that you can play leads with that too. And so the noise gate works quite well, I have to say. Just play around with the threshold. You don't have that much options here, just two noise gates, but if you set very drastic, it's cutting off, like maybe your metal rhythm players will like it. But if you're using it at a moderate setting here, it's just suppressing the background noise, and you can play leads with that setting if you want. So yeah, that works. I have to say that the amps also sound really nice in this unit, and the caps, there are decent caps, which is not the case in all modeling units nowadays. It's pretty basic here. The cap section, as you can see, just a tube, and then a tube emulation, low cut, high cut room. Never checked out that. So let's try if that makes a difference. To be honest, I couldn't hear any difference. Ah, okay, there's a little bit of a difference. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if I like the difference, but it's there. Yeah. So maybe we could check out some other amp models. just to show you one benefit of the unit, which is that it's very easy to dial in good tones. So let's check out maybe the Citrus, which might be the orange. Same settings here. This amp seems to have more gain than the previous one, the Plexi. Of course, we can dial back the gain here a little bit. And also it has much more highs, which you can address here in the presets. So one thing which is nice about that unit is, as I said, it's very easy to dial in good tones. You have only the basic tone controls here, bass, middle and treble and presets, but they're quite powerful. So that is definitely a pro for me. And let's see if we turn off the EQ, how far we can get. Just a little bit too much low mids. Addressing it with the bass frequencies is nice, working. Yeah, so we got a good tone in my ears at least. Let's see. JCM800 sounds also nice already, without tweaking. Here, it's really powerful, the mid control. I like to play it with a little bit of reverb here. I have to say the unit is not that dynamic reacting. So let's see if we turn off the distortion. Yeah, but I will come to the downsides later. So just check out some other amp models, maybe an American one. Where do we have the PV? Here, PV Classic. Sounds already good, at least for a recording tone, I think. For live, I would dial a lot of the highs and lows out. Apply a high cut here at least. And let's see, with 66s. You've got your PV 6505 with 606s and also with EL34s in here. And I think they nailed the characteristics of the tube emulation and also of the amp models very well in that unit, which is definitely positive and remarkable. It's not the case in all of these units. And also, as I said, they're easy to use. So it's not that some of the amp models are unusable. Here we have the Recto, for example, gain monster, of course. But if you start with the settings with every knob at around 50 and with the right cap, sounds already nice. So I can't say anything bad about the amps and the caps here. except that the dynamic is not there, which more expensive modeling units have. That might be due to the lack of CPU here in this unit. And that leads me to the biggest downside in my opinion, which is the modulation effects here, or the missing modulation effects. Because you don't have many effects here, you have only one block and there are 13 effects and only one chorus. I mean, chorus sounds okay, but it's not even stereo. So at least it doesn't sound stereo to me. I mean, I cannot remember any unit that comes with only one chorus. At least of the ones which are now available. Again, it sounds okay, but it's really a few compared to the competitors out in the market. And you have, let's see, 2 phasers. Wow. I mean, who needs phasers anyway? But they sound also okay, as expected. But not more than that. And you can see you don't have many controls here. You have a tremolo, vibrato, okay. You don't have the widener effect, which I like. So in general, you don't have any stereo effects except for the ping pong delay. Even the dual delay here, which is there, it's in mono. So you cannot get this nice galloping stereo delay with the dual delay block. Only the ping pong delay. And also no other power consuming effects like maybe a shimmer reverb. The reverb sounds also nice here, the Harley reverb. I'm not the biggest fan of reverbs, but if it has a tone, then and it sounds decent, then it's okay for me. That is the case here. Reverb is okay, but as you can see, only 7 models, and the delay block also you don't have that many. And in the EQ section, you have a powerful parametric EQ, 3 bands plus high and low cut, which would be sufficient for most situations, I think. It also sounds great, so that is not always the case with all the EQs. There are some units, especially the NUX 30, which are lacking a little bit in that section, the reverb section, the EQ section. Also the GP-200 by Valeton. But here the EQs are nice. The unit comes with an effects loop, a MIDI in and out, which the new unit, the advanced one, doesn't have. So I don't really understand why they are coming out with a new version of this unit and then just basically cutting off a lot of the useful features. At least for me, useful features. You have a wah, you have a dynamic here, compressors. Didn't play around with these that much, but I assume they are also working. Some wahs you can assign to the expression pedal, of course. Maybe do we have some clean here? And these are not my presets, but let's see. Stock presets. Okay, no compressor. Are they using a chorus? Yes. Okay. You can hear it. Sorry. Yes. Also nice. Again, I think the downside are the effects here, and also what I'm personally missing in most of these units is a proper MIDI implementation, so that you can assign different program changes to different presets. Because I personally like to use these units in combination with a Boss loop station and then switching presets. One unit should switch the presets on another unit. If you are using that kind of MIDI setups, I don't know why they're adding MIDI ins and outs, and but then they're lacking a proper implementation of the MIDI specification. Cannot understand that. The company which does this properly is Mooer, in my opinion. The GE300 has it. And of course the higher end units like the newer DSP quad Cortex and the Fractal Audios. Even the Hotone Ampero 2-stage, which is my favorite modeling unit in the medium price range, it doesn't come with a proper MIDI implementation. So maybe I'm too old-fashioned for that, but yeah, I could. I really wish these units would come with that. So, is it good? Is it bad? Yes, it's a good unit. There is, in my opinion, very much potential, which the company could use for the following flagship, maybe. I think, I don't know, I haven't played the advanced, but from the specifications, I was really disappointed. And maybe sound-wise it's an upgrade, but I personally think sound-wise this unit is okay here. It's just lacking a little bit of processing power and modulation effects. And also it has more amps, I think, than the advanced, more amp models. What I also heard, I didn't try it out by myself, is that this unit sounds great with an analog amp in the effects loop, preamp in the effects loop. I can really imagine that. You have the wah, you have the distortions, which you could use, and also you could place the effects loop where you want. So you have some effects after the effects loop, so after the preamp of the amp, some in front. Very powerful. And for that price, I think the effects loop is a nice gadget, which not many of these units in that price range have. If you will ask me, like always, which unit to get in that price range, it's really difficult. I think if you would like to spend around 300 euro and you're a guy that needs high-class modulation effects and you are able to tweak your unit, then it's the NUX MG-30. It has the most processing power, I think, out of these units in that price category, and therefore the best effects quality, most dynamic amps. It's a little bit hard to dial in. But of course you can get my preset pack for that unit too. So NUX MG-30 for specialists. If you would like to have a very flexible unit that is easy to tweak and has more effects than this one, it's the Valeton GP-200. Again, also I think the MIDI implementation is not properly. It has MIDI ins and out, but yeah, GP-200 it's an easy to use unit in my opinion. And of course, with 8-foot switches, it's quite unique in that price range. Very flexible in a live situation. And the other competitors, the Mooer GE300, it's a little bit cheaper, I think. Sound-wise, I would consider it similar to this unit here. It has more effects, but it has less foot switches, I think. And yeah, I don't know which one I would get. I think I would prefer this here over the Mooer GE300. But other than that, the other Mooer products are ahead of this unit. At least the higher numbers, the GE300 or 250 maybe. Again, I see the potential. I hope they will come out with a bigger unit, which I personally could see me using live. And yeah, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Consider giving me a thumbs up or some shit. See you.